The season has been a memorable one, but it will come to an end for one of these teams today. Both looking to become bowl eligible by securing their 6th victory. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the UNLV Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Cowboys will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So UNLV's offense will come out first. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. It seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
Dropping back, it's Phelps. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Trying to beat the D deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Rebels line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. So Oklahoma State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Off play action. Quick strike complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Motion from the wideout. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Finds his tight end. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a man, it's Phelps. Fires to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
He's got 2. He's got 2.
Right back to it. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. And the Rebels are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this offense didn't get off to the start they wanted, going 3 and out of the gate. But on the second drive, they're doing much better. They're finding a rhythm, and I think a big part of that is establishing the running game. And really nice job on that last one, picking up the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end now in motion. Rides to back and leaves it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Cowboys will line up to punt it away. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Rebels offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. He'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The give to the tailback. It's a fumble. Offense scoops it up and still going. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the first quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the second. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to throw on first down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Makes the grab. It's Luck. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be third and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's not quite going to make it to the sticks. It'll be fourth down from the 36. And here comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Now the lead is down to 11. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in that Mountain West Conference Battle of Note. Colorado State came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that the Rams won, it's more how they won. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the Mountain West is right now, and man, what a difference.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Phelps. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Vegas. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Off the play fake on first down. It's complete on the right side. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
The play action fake. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the right side. Running free. Touchdown, Cowboys. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a big play, 68 yards on the touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking for a man. It's Phelps. Steps away to find some room. Finds his big tight end. Good, solid tackle. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on second down.
He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard campaign. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Breaks into the open. Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you can tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Got out of trouble and throws. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. And sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's locked. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Well, we see another catch by this guy, and this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Trying play action. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, listen, we know this QB wants to take off. 4th down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's Phelps. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Great job by the defense taking away the quarterback's primary target on that play and forcing the incompletion.
Handoff from the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
Build that momentum, offense.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They'll run the screen. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
The Cowboys can really attack on this second and short. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. Trying to escape and get it himself. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Right down the boulevard. That pulls them to within 15, 28-13 the score. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. One more snap coming before halftime. He's in open space downfield. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas.
We're just about ready to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Burgess. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got enough.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
Give to the back. Oh, what a cut! And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And the Cowboys will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Running back searching for a hole. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Turning it on. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw. It's Phelps. Quickly to the tight end. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He wants to change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking left. Makes the catch. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. With the run on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the
touchdown UNLV, and the route is on. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Going right to work up top. Quickly out to the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Grab behind the line. It's Luck. Inside the 45. Lots of running room. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Cowboys just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the Cowboys trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Luck. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It's caught downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Cowboys started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
He's looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rebels offense is back on the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to pass, it's Phelps. Using his feet to buy time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be. And a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. We've reached the break, and UNLV is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the 4th quarter. He's trying to ice this thing.
Looking for the end zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The offense set for a first down play.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Fires downfield. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays.
Makes the grab past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Jukes his way for more.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Looking to throw, it's Phelps. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Looking to throw on first down. He makes the grab. Look at that toughness just running through everybody. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. And the Cowboys moving quickly to the line.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking downfield on first down. Buys a little extra time. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Makes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. They want to throw it. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Rebels really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. There he goes. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Fires to the middle. Found a seam. The thing that made that play work is that it created the matchup they wanted and let the running back create after he caught it.
And Reese, you see more and more of this in college football. Taking the backs and using them as weapons, right? Getting them out in space as much as possible. Get him matched up on a linebacker where I can now run a route where I sell it outside, cut it inside, and I win.
He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Rebels. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. The quick out. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
No gain on the play. Third down coming.
The Cowboys come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, going to the air. He'll get rid of it. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Great place to start for this offense. They go to the ground. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, UNLV.
And here comes the field goal team. Salt, meet open wounds. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. And they didn't need the extra points, but maybe just a chance to stick it to them right here a little bit at the end. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the black.